Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark 3 and welcome back to the giant stompy robot simulator, which is, of course, Mechwarrior Online. I don't know why I've started to do that intro a little bit weirdly and a little bit strangely, but I don't know. Also apologies for lack of videos last weekend. Unfortunately I got very distracted and so as a result they weren't prepared in time. But still, for today's walk we have a king crab. It's been a while since we've seen some of these, isn't it? And this build was inspired by Epic, suggesting a build to try out. It wasn't actually a video request, but I looked at it and I thought, I think I can fit something based on that into one of my chassis, into one of my variants. So here we go. The original build from Epic was an MRM-30, an MRM-20, a UAC-20, double heavy machine guns, and a large light engine. And he thought that I could install an XL, since I'm the one that taught him that XLs... King crabs get on well with XLs, they are friendly to them. And admittedly I was seriously tempted to do that. Unfortunately, I decided to take a slightly different route. If we take a look in the mech selection though, I'm fairly sure that Epic's variant was built on either a King Crab 000 or a 000B, because the Quad Zero just doesn't have enough ballistic slots to mount a double heavy machine gun loadout. But looking at it, I thought, the primary weapon I want to make sure I can fire to effect is the UAC-20. As you can see, it's just sitting up here on the shoulder. But in a standard King Crab chassis, that would be in one of the arms, so it is subject to the wide and low placement issues which the arms tend to have. So that's why I went for a different chassis instead. I should probably actually do this and then get to showing you the actual unit, shouldn't I? This is the KGC-KJ, or the King Crab Kaiju variant. Yes, all fear the monster, because the monster is coming for you. We've got a very powerful mid-range king crab here. But anyway, let's go into it and show you what I've done based on Epic's suggested loadout that I try out. Now, I went with the UAC AC-20, of course. Unfortunately, switching it up to the high mount in the king crab shoulder means that I couldn't put in an XL engine. So, from there, we've got a light engine instead. We've got an endosteel chassis, double heat sinks, standard armor, standard missile guidance, because MOMs don't benefit from missile guidance. And then, of course, the light engine, which is a whopping great light engine 360. Because I looked at Epic's suggestion, thought about it a bit, and then 5.5, 6 million C-bills later, which is enough for an entire new mech, we've got this thing. So yes, primary weapon is the UAC AC-20 for precision damage, supplied by 3 tons of ammunition, which is enough for 21 salvos out of this thing before it runs out. This design is a little bit short on ammo, a bit shorter than I'd like, to be quite honest. Backing it up in the left shoulder is 2 MRM-30s. So this has taken the MRM-30 pair from, which I fitted into a 50-ton mech, the Zeal if I recall correctly, and paired it with a UAC-20. So, this is going to be quite dangerous. But those are supplied by 4 tons of ammo, which is enough for 20 salvos. So, yeah, they last the same number of shots roughly. They've got, what's the cooldown on these? 4.3 and 4. So, yeah, about 20-21 salvos out of both weapon systems, and then they'll both just choke up and die because they don't have the ammunition for it. Then finally, as a backup weapon, rather than a pair of heavy machine guns, because I swapped around and I had NG hardpoints available, I've got a Hextet load of ER small lasers. Yes, this is actually kind of nice, because it means that this thing will do just shy of 20 damage at 200 meters in precision laser strike damage from both arms. So it gives it a little bit of something to fall back on. Not much, but it's something. However, the ammunition is not the only shortcoming of this design. It also carries 4 double heat sinks, which is the most I could cram into it, basically. And even then, with all of its weapon systems, it's only got 1.08 cooling rating. So this thing runs hot. Generally in combat, you don't want to be firing everything at once because it'll just overload the mech. In particular, the ER small lasers tend to do that a little bit by themselves, but firing too much, even just the UAC and the MRMs will do it as well. So, you know, you got to watch the heat in this thing. And then also, to just scrape together the tonnage, quite frankly, just getting the tonnage to fit those double heat sinks to get a cooling rating that was above 1. I mean, before I managed to realise that the heat sinks were actually required, this thing had a cooling rating of 0.92, which is a little bit on the awful side, to say the absolute least. 0.92, jeez, that is awful indeed. And by the way, this is with maxed out cooling skill perks as well, so this is as heat friendly as this mech's going to get, short of mounting coolant systems in it. And by that I mean Cool Shots, the consumable, which I never use. But yes, I've got that, and we've got 1.08 damage, and I've completely lost my train of thought now. Damn it. Oh yeah, the other drawback, yeah. The other drawback is that, unlike my other king crabs and other king crab loadouts I have shown previously, this one has actually sacrificed some armor just to free up tonnage for the double heat sinks. In particular, it's actually sacrificed the bulk of its arm-based mounted armor, and it's sacrificed a fair portion of leg armor as well, though the torso is still maxed out, except for the head, which has lost a couple of points too. In all, this is like 3.5 tons of armor which I've stripped off the limbs of this unit, and that's most of the weight for the double heat sinks flat out. Though the advantage, of course, is because of all that, we've got a light 360 engine, we've got a lot of firepower, and we've got a firepower rating of 99.5 burst damage. So this thing will hit very hard if it fires all weapons at once. An assault mech with the emphasis on assault and battery, I would say. And it's also fairly fast as well for King Crab. Not quite as impressive as Epic's speed tweaked version, which can go, what was it? One moment, just reading the message. Yeah, 61 kph is what Epic claims he got out of that. This one only goes 58.3 because it doesn't have any speed tweak upgrades. So, yes, but if this thing did get speed tweaks, it would match it because this is the biggest possible engine a King Crab can carry. This is also my third ever light engine, but I thought this unit would be worth it. Anyway, that's the best part of 10 minutes, just babbling about the design of this thing. So, yes, it is time to send this thing into battle and no doubt scare a couple of enemy units because of the sheer amount of firepower and nonsense this thing will be carrying around. Yes, roll on match number 1.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Okay, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Crimson Strait, one of my preferred maps, I must admit. And the game mode is Assault, which fits rather nicely with the theme of this mech, since this mech is meant to just flat out assault the opponent. Also, we seem to have got a mad cat, which doesn't realise things are going on. Oh, no, he just moved. There we go. Okay, let us roll. Now then, I must admit that, as I said in the mech lab, Epics did not want this to be a request. Hang on, 20% for that entire burst, which is fairly reasonable for 20 damage. Though, of course, because they are smalls, they have got short range. Epic specifically said this was not a request, but it just wound up fitting in so well with my stated goal of rebuilding and refitting all of my hero mechs, and the fact that this guy just carries all of its weaponry on the shoulders, or rather, in this case, the primary weaponry, because if you recall, this used to have like 6 large pulse lasers for just laser Gatling Daka, frankly. And that has now been replaced in exchange for this. An equally well, actually this one's got even worse heat management than that loadout. Which is kind of hard to do, and a bit impressive, I must admit. No enemy coming that way, they must all be coming through the tunnel. But on the bright side, this thing is going to make anyone that steps out in front of it kind of regret their choices in life.
Enemy base is being captured.
Oh, that was a scout that went out to capture that. Well, I figured it was a light that was running through E7. So the enemy's now under distraction pressure as well. So the question is, where is the enemy? I also have to watch.
New target acquired. Enemy base is being captured.
Okay, I think it's about time to get started. Got to remember, left shoulder is the MRMs, right shoulder is the nonsense.
Enemy base is being captured.
Yeah, the UAC-20 jammed immediately.
Alright, enemy's taking up town. Gonna push the tunnel.
Target destroyed.
Oh well, we managed. There's a UAV on top of us, which is...
Immediately wrap out side exit.
Okay, so someone's heading up the side exit, right. I'm going to follow this stalker, which I've just noticed has got an ECM suite on it. But if I can find the enemy, I can do nasty things to them.
Moved up on top.
Oh, excuse me. Where is the enemy? Where is the... Oh, and my allies are in the way, so I just can't do anything.
Yeah, there's almost nobody outside the tunnel. Push right out. Side exit's clear, except for a couple mechs.
And I've had to back up now because this guy just reversed.
You can dominate the poor pool that's there.
I'm moving up behind you. Oops.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Base is being captured.
Target spotted.
There's an Atlas up there. Which is no doubt kind of scary for the scout units that are dealing with it. But yeah, the enemy's a bit spread out, so unfortunately I've just not managed to do much of anything. Which I am feeling a little bit keenly.
Being captured.
Yeah, that Atlas R5 is going to get killed pretty quick.
Captured. Target destroyed.
Yep. Oh, this thing just dishes out a lot of damage, but it's kind of sluggish firing actually.
Just the fools up top. Oh, one dropped, he's gonna die.
Target spotted.
Cyclops, primary, echo, echo.
Target
Echo,
acquired.
Echo.
Target spotted.
Unfortunately, I'm kilometers away from Echo. I can't actually get at him, so
Base is
I'm
being
just...
captured.
Well, to be fair, this is still a King Crab. It's still a 100-ton assault mech, so it's still kind of sluggish. And unfortunately, the flow of the battle has kind of wandered away from me quite substantially. Which is a bit of a pain, to be quite honest.
Base is being
Now let's see, there was a
captured.
Timberwolf up here. There's a bunch of enemies at our base, which is helpful. If I turn this way, can I proceed? Yes, I can.
Target
Oh, it's a
destroyed.
Daiichi.
Base
Ooh.
50% captured. Base is being captured. Target acquired. Heat level critical.
And I immediately overloaded, as you saw, but in 2 salvos I completely shredded that Daiichi's side torso.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
And he's down.
Override shut down.
Okay, I'll turn off the
Base is
override.
being
I didn't manage to ding my own power core, really. What's that?
Target acquired.
An Orion IIC. There's something else over there as well, though. Maybe I should head back that way. Nope. I suck at
Base
snap
is
aiming,
being
let's put it that way.
captured.
Yeah, there's too many things over there for my allies over there to deal with it.
Ultra autocannon ammo at 25%.
Yeah, notice there's already a warning on my Ultra AC.
Base is being captured.
But my
Base
allies over here have been wiped out
75%
just a tad,
captured.
so I do need to get over here a bit. Just see if I can track it. Heat mode active, and...
Warning, incoming missile.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff over here. But there's a Shadow... No, actually no, there's a Shadowcat and a Orion. So I'm against slightly above my tonnage, but they are already damaged. Oh, hello there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Where is he?
Warning, incoming missile. Ultra autocannon ammo depleted.
Yep, killed the Orion, overloaded. However, I am still good to go. My armor is a bit mashed. And they are using the opportunity to try to lock on to quite a bit. Ow.
Critical damage. Heat level critical.
Get into it.
Right torso critical
But I
damage.
need to get this sorted straight away because there's a danger that he'll kill me. However, he is badly damaged as well. Yep, the Cicado's come to support me. That's good. And the Shadowcat's backing off. I did manage to nail the Orion, which is quite useful.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
Ah, there we go. My ally caught up with it. So, did I actually kill anyone? Actually, wait. I did kill the Orion. I managed to tag that one, though he had an XL engine. No, wait. Did I blow him? I think I blew out his center torso actually. But look at this though. 1 kill, 5 kill assists, 755 damage. I was dishing out a lot, and I figured as much because that's the way this design is kind of geared. It's a bit slow firing, so it's not quite going to kill things by itself, but if the enemy gets into my sights, it's just I unload on them basically. It's like, ooh, enemy! Daka 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 daka. Here, have bullets, daka daka daka. Well, actually no, it's not really. That would be the build of mine that inspired Epic, the treble rack 2 single UAC 20 Mauler. That's the one that inspired Epic to design his loadout, as far as I can tell. He said that it's similar in some ways. Now this one just has lots of missiles. Anyway, yeah, that was fun, even if I didn't feel like I was doing that much, but the numbers say differently. Anyway, roll on match number 2.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Alrighty then, here we go. Match number 2. Welcome to Grim Plexus. One of the maps I don't especially like, even if I do know what's where. And the game mode is Conquest. Okay, now then. I was enjoying the feel of this thing last time out, and there's 2 changes I want to make note of. First off, I actually mounted my cockpit items because I forgot to do that. So, you know, those are there now. Whoops. I have been known to do that every once in a while. So, yeah, that's why they were absent last time. And secondly, I've conducted a small experiment. I've actually swapped out a ton of MRM ammo because despite the fighting going on in the last the last battle, I didn't actually get even an ammunition warning on my MRM system because I was inclined to. Damn it! I was inclined to go for the UAC more often at any kind of distance rather than try to just scatter MRM shots everywhere. So yeah, I took out a ton of MRM ammo because I didn't even get the warning, as I said, and I put in a ton of UAC ammo instead, which is one that I managed to actually completely run out of. Because especially if you double tap, that overrides its cooldown, so you will fire it more often than the MRM system. If it doesn't overheat on you, or sorry, not overheat, if it doesn't jam on you, rather, you will spend your ammunition more quickly through a UAC than you would through a comparable weapon system. So they don't quite compare.
We have possession of Kappa.
I don't know where the enemy is.
Golf 7.
Okay, that was a Golf 7, but he was extremely quiet. I barely heard him. Just seeing if I could spot anyone. Not really. There was a known enemy with PPCs over this way. Alright.
Target acquired.
Don't know what weight category is in there.
They've taken Epsilon.
Oh, big mechs coming in. That's their assault lance, I'm pretty sure. I think that was a Zeus in the lead. Well, be that or a Mauler.
New target acquired.
What are you? You are a Warhawk. Alright. I need to be starting to close on that then.
Acquired.
Yeah, the lights are over that way. The assaults are over this way though. Okay, this guy's got ER lasers and Gauss rifles. I'll leave the hill to him then, because I do need to get closer to unload my weapons payload.
New target acquired.
to empty my bullets and lead where
New target
they are supposed to
acquired.
be, in the backs of the enemy. Oh wow, we've actually got, yep, enemy mauler,
target
and what are you?
acquired.
You are, dunno, what are you? Are you that Warhawk again?
Warning, incoming
Yes you are. Oh,
missile.
incoming missiles. As a design note, by the way, I didn't comment on this, but you probably noticed it when I didn't mention it in the actual building video at the start. I don't have a AMS system installed on this thing. So yeah, missiles tend to have a bit of an easy time going after me. Well,
New target acquired.
Kappa
Warning,
is under enemy
incoming
control.
missile.
ow. Ow!
Warning, incoming
Kodiak,
missile.
ow.
Right leg critical damage.
Who the heck's shooting me?
Warning, incoming missile.
Well, I'm fodder for the LRM boats at
Warning,
least.
incoming missile.
Unfortunately, I need some kind of cover, but I don't have any. And unfortunately, I also pushed up ahead when there was no allied support.
Have Sigma.
Ow.
The enemy is at
New
20.
target
damn it.
acquired. Warning, incoming missile. Target destroyed.
Okay, I helped a little bit with him.
New target acquired.
There's an archer over there with LOMs and Artemis.
Warning, incoming missile. Right arm critical damage.
Would you stop
Warning,
doing that, please?
incoming Missile.
I just need to block those damn missiles.
Warning, incoming missile.
Well, this is not very
Warning,
good cover, but it's better than
missile.
nothing. So that's why I'm behind here. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at leading targets.
Critical.
Also, I'd like to note my right leg and right arm are kind of mulched at this point. They are both badly structural damaged, so they don't hold up too well. However, I seem to have eaten enough of the enemy's attention and LRM fire to
New target
let my
acquired.
allied assault mechs start to close in, so that's good. Oh, that Warhawk's almost dead.
Critical. Target destroyed.
Okay, good. Ally got the kill, but I was doing damage. Ow.
Right leg destroyed. Right arm destroyed.
Just
Enemy
ow.
ammo destroyed. Left arm damage.
Can I fire, please? I can't. Ow. Why am I so badly crippled? Why am I not moving?
Critical
Oh, there was an ally right next to me. Ow.
destroyed.
God damn it.
Left arm destroyed.
Yeah, without the leg, this guy gets so badly damaged, I can't really do much.
Small laser destroyed.
Do I have any weapons left? No, I don't actually. I have a stick.
MRM ammo at 0%. Ultra autocannon ammo at 25%. MRM ammo at 25%.
I was getting lots of warnings about my status and stuff, but unfortunately, I got stripped so badly. It was like over a minute before the AI caught up with me and said, "You have 25% ammo left." No, I don't. I have no ammo left.
I'll have the speed.
Oh wait, I actually did have ultra autocannon left. Oh, still 581. I got shredded there, but I was able to unload a fair bit. And I got 5 assists.
Stop them at all costs.
Oh, yeah, the enemy's kind of winning a little bit.
Target destroyed.
However, we've killed more of them.
Acquired.
Yeah, we're going to win this one. So I helped. I got killed because I absorbed too much firepower, but my damage dealing potential was still on the mark. Still very dangerous. So that's good. I mean, the king crab's always had that slight squishiness issue, so that's always been a thing.
Target destroyed.
Because it's so big, it's so easy to hit. You know, that's always been one of its issues.
Command,
But I definitely lived up to the king crab's damage dealing history. I mean, the first king crab carried 2 autocannon 20s for heck's sake, so you know, very, very dangerous and big on the boom.
It's gonna be too late.
Yeah, good try, guys.
Oh, darn it. Have we actually lost this one? We might have, unless we can get some stuff uncapped really quickly. Let's see, this Firebrand is trying to move around. Right. The Griffin is trying to... darn it, we killed them all, but... yeah. Unfortunately, our scout helmets got wiped out. So yeah, they've won. Good game to them. That's slightly irritating, but oh
The
well.
enemy has capped enough resources. We failed.
Even though we murdered them all, we still failed. Oh, what a shame. And I guess that's one of the drawbacks of, what was it? Yeah, Conquest. Of a Conquest game. It's just... it's possible to kill all the opponents and still lose. There's only a couple of game modes that actually let you do that. But yeah, 581, 7 kill assists, and that was enough to keep me from losing skill rating in this match. That was a shame, really. Still, this has been IMAX3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show and the look at this this particular Kaiju variant. And I'll see you all some other time. Catch you later.